In terms of the design of the research for this dissertation, I wanted to examine as wide a range of perspectives as possible within the scope allowed by a master's dissertation, so that I could gain a broader and deeper level of understanding of the issues. To do this, I carried out an online survey of participants in a live MOOC, Making MOOCs on a Budget, and monitored a discussion forum on the same MOOC. I also did 4 personal interviews with 2 people in a developed country and 2 from a developing country. I decided not to name the countries to ensure anonymity of the interviewees, but I can say that one was a European country and the other was in Africa. The majority of respondents to the survey and participants in the discussion forum were from developed countries. I hoped for a better balance, but I wasn't surprised, as I'd already found in the literature that the majority of people who registered for MOOCs between 2012 and 2015 came from developed countries, and this was the case also in Making MOOCs on a Budget. It wasn't really a problem though. You can't survey people on their views of something they haven't experienced. So getting views from people in countries that have had access to good infrastructure for some years now, and who are further along the learning curve in using MOOCs, I believe was an exercise that can also provide a window for developing countries to see a future in their own countries when Target 9C of the SDGs has been achieved. To get meaningful data from a developing country context, I conducted 2 personal interviews with people who I've known professionally for some time. They are experts in their fields and have their fingers on the pulse of what is happening in their country in the area of technology-assisted learning and CPD for their professional sector. I should say that though this study only involves 2 people from this country, the information and views that they provided concurred with those that I've heard through discussions with more than 100 people from over 50 organisations who I've discussed these issues with over the past 4 years. So I'm confident that their views are reliable. For the second research objective, I needed to understand the challenges to implementing CPD in developing countries. But again, I also felt it was important to look to developed countries because many of these have a longer tradition of implementing CPD. And I wanted to learn about this experience and see if it could be of value for countries who are struggling to find models capable of delivering high-quality learning opportunities for their professionals. Again, I was very lucky to have access to 2 senior people in a developed country who were amazingly generous with their time and knowledge. And again, I've no doubt that their input is completely reliable. For the third research objective, I needed to get perspectives of people who have a solid understanding of MOOC design. And I was really lucky to have access to a group of experienced MOOC enthusiasts on Making MOOCs on a Budget, who were able to provide really great insights to how MOOCs can be designed to meet learners' needs. The research instruments were designed to further explore the themes that have been examined through the literature review, and through the inclusion of comments boxes in the survey and the semi-structured design of the personal interviews, some new themes emerged too. Specific differences and similarities between the empirical data and the findings of the literature review are discussed in Chapter 4. I hope you enjoy reading this chapter.